Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the first Battle Line postseason event with Rank 1, 2nd Mississippi selecting Maryland Heights to play against the Rank 8, 5th Florida. With that being said, how the playoffs work is that each playoff match consists of 2 rounds, and if a team wins 2 rounds, then they automatically move on. If it goes down to a 1-1 tiebreaker, it's based on who won quicker as the attackers. So, 2nd Mississippi selected to be on CSA in the first round, and their teammates will be IVB, 9th Corps, and JD. And 5th Florida will be on the USA side round 1 with Kelly's Brigade, Colquitt's Brigade, 5th Virginia, and 1st Missouri Battalion. And with that being said, the teams flip for the second round, so 5th Florida will be on Confederate, and 2nd MS will be on USA in the second round. Here is the current look for your bracket. We have the first matchup tonight, which is 2nd Mississippi versus 5th Florida. The other matchups will come later in the week. And with that being said, thank you to all our Patreons for the support with the channel. If you want to support, go to the link in the description to see all the perks and more there. And with that being said, I hope you enjoy.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, it appears that the CSA has capped. You don't see that very often, but you do see that all the time, actually, on this
do
map.
you now? Bus, would you like to introduce yourself anymore, though, to our audience? Who are you?
This is Bus with the 1st Delaware. Today, I'm representing. I'm helping 5th Florida out with some numbers, and also I'm the. If the camera was working, then I would be the cameraman for the Union. But I'm playing with the Union right now. I'm on the ground. I'm giving on-the-ground coverage. Battle Line Network Live.
Indeed. So we're back in. I'm sorry about that. My laptop could not handle frontline reporters and the normal jazz stuff. So apologies for that. We also have Corded with us today.
Hey.
So you saw the playoff rules being explained before coming in here. So this game, it does support attackers and attackers being aggressive. So the playoff rules that we have for this, I think, will heavily incentivize being aggressive, something we normally don't see a whole lot, and defenders are rushing in. They're going.
Please explain what exactly the playoff rules are as we go into this epic charge.
Yes.
Here.
So basically, there are 2 rounds here, as you know. Maryland Heights is being played twice. 2nd MS is the higher rank, and they chose to play CSA first. So 5th Florida is playing as Union. If one side wins 2 rounds, from there, that team will automatically move on. But if there is a tie, it goes down to the attacker's time to win the game. And that timer is the big black timer on top of your screen. So if the match ended now, the attackers would have won in 5-ish minutes.
Wow.
And whatever team had the quicker time to win the game would win the tiebreaker.
See, that's what I agree. That's how I like to play all games. Whenever it's 1-1 and like a pub mat, or not like a pub private, like on the community events on Saturdays and Sundays. If it's 1-1, it's whoever won the match quicker. Whoever won the attacking match quicker. That's what I always say. That's a very good way to run your playoffs, Eagle. I'd say very expertly made right there.
Thank you. It was made a certain way, but after many suggestions, we have got it to its current system. So USA lost the first charge. And I will say how the total time to win is calculated is by the black timer, not the counterattack timer. So right now the clock is frozen. So if the round ended right now, the attackers would have won in 5 minutes. So
you're saying freezing the timer is just the best way to win it for this playoff, right?
Correct. Starting a counter attack is the way to go. With
now,
this.
Why Maryland Heights out of all maps?
That's 2nd Mississippi. They selected the map.
So they selected the map because they're the #1 seed.
They are the #1 seed. They are the higher rank in the regular season.
Okay. And how long until they grow into a tree or a proper plant?
You know, that is a very good question. There are a lot of trees on this map.
Okay.
Indeed.
So we did debate whether or not to include the counterattack timer in the total time it took to win the game, but everyone that voted pretty much agreed that no, don't include the counterattack timer. So that is why that is.
If you could please zoom over to Battle Line Network, 1st Maryland here. We're going to try and liven it up. over here. I believe they're going to start singing soon.
I'm here. Hey, it's a song. Let's go.
Battle Line Network reporting live. 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 Here with the first Maryland, and they're singing it. They're singing the first song. And then it's there on the
So a glorious song that I really like to hear from Sussy Brigade.
How about that? Check it out.
Yeah.
We're here checking it out. They're whipping it to the Lord of the Rings song. If you guys don't know, a little background story about that song is I don't know the background story, but apparently it's from the Lord of the Rings movie cartoon thing from like I think the 80s or the 90s. I don't know, or the 70s.
Yeah, I think it was
one
the
of them.
70s.
Oh wow, that's old.
I've seen it once. Yeah. So I'm still trying to think of how the metas will work. 'Cause, I mean, the defenders should try to decamp. I mean, the defenders got to prevent the attackers from this counterattack because they just freeze the clock. And we can see the defenders kind of almost encircling the CSA from 3 different sides. You have guys on top of the hill that are still there with flags respawning there. You have Sussy Brigade pulling down the middle, and then the rest of the Union is towards the Union spawn area on this map normally.
I would like to say that Sussy Brigade is currently being led by 5th Florida, so if they do lose this, it's all on him. And it's not Delaware's fault because I'm currently Zoo just asked for people to play. This is typically our Hell Let Loose night. Some guys didn't want to play Hell Let Loose. We got guys playing Hell Let Loose right now, but I wanted to play this and hop in on this great Battle Line Network fun because we're reporting live right now. And we wanted to come in here and play with you guys. So Maryland also came in, representing with Florida as well. Everything's underneath Zoo. It's all on Zoo right now.
Well, what happens if you guys win? Who gets the glory?
If we win,
for that?
that's all me. That's all me.
I'm glad to hear that.
As my War of Rights coach in high school once said, he told me that I was the heart and soul of the War of Rights team, and that was Pixelated Apollo. That was him.
So CSA have gotten basically their whole team gathered on point. Bus, don't go leaking information to your comrades on the field.
I'm not that invested in this kind of game.
So CSA is completely on point. CSA beginning to move down this hill. They're approaching the Kelly's Brigade, who's getting shot up right now. They're taking a lot of damage. Right, Kelly's Brigade, they're getting shot up.
Oh my, jeez! Wow, that's such a surprise that they would get shot up. I would never expect that.
You have JD and Second MS getting the brunt of this charge.
Playing War of Rights. Collector just started playing War of Rights. It's he's crashing out of the game. And we have Union right now charging down the hill. Sussy Brigade is currently charging down the hill.
Led by Stes from 5th Florida. There they go. They're going to try to slam and recap point. Massive casualties engaged on this point, and CSA dominate.
From my perspective, Sussy seems to be tearing through that initial point, but it seems like they're not just getting it. They're not getting support from anywhere else. What do you guys see on the battlefield? Because right now I'm seeing Sussy standing alone.
I mean, yeah, you gotta go for it.
To be fair, 5th VA was also in that charge with Sussy. But then also, before that, Kelly's Brigade was, they charged in earlier from the bottom, and they got destroyed pretty quickly.
See, I think charging from the bottom is an absolute no-no, especially on this map.
So if you know, Bus,
ahead.
Second MS is leading the whole CSA team right now. So the whole CSA team, even if they hate Second MS's strategy, they have to follow it. Same with 5th Florida. So that means that either Kelly Brigade went rogue, or they followed exactly what 5th Florida told them to do.
Say. And I would say this right now, and Zoo's going to watch this. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if Zoo just said, hey, charge from the bottom, guys. I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
No, keep going, guys.
Possibly do it as a
'Cause-
distraction. You could see
Because
Doug.
out of all the SUSI officers, Sue is the
We can only go
worst
so high.
out of every single one. So I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
So the Union's trying to run away with their 3 flags, and they're being chased down by Ivory B members.
Fuck you guys.
And these flags are going to get slaughtered.
I hear Doug over bodies right now, going on in that stream right there. I didn't know if I was like, is there a charge going on right now?
There kind of is. It's a mini charge. I mean, Union's
Oh,
all but.
I hear sound pads going on in my
Union.
ear. I thought I had schizophrenia for a moment, and then I forgot that I was in your stream. Currently, the Union is just walking up the hill very slowly, marching
Yeah.
up towards the point, coming under fire right now.
By JD and Second MS.
Wow, by
So-
JB and second. That looks like from my northeast up here, and then from the east northeast as well. So it looks like this is going to be a big fish hole here. It'd be good on CSA if they came in here and like pigeonholed the Union and really made
And we-
Fifth Florida lose this match.
There
We
comes
can
Ninth
see,
Corps.
Here they
yeah,
come.
Ninth Corps, Ninth
from
New
the
York.
camp.
They're going
And
down the
here-
left
excuse
side.
me, I shot one of them. I shot one of them just now. You definitely saw that.
I definitely saw that. Pruden wants to run up and get in that action, but just... Oh my goodness, one of them got headshot. What a kill. So 10 minutes left on this counterattack timer. So this is crazy because if the CSA hold this for the next 10 minutes, Second MS would have won this game in 4 minutes and 52 seconds. So that means they just have to hold the point for that long and they'll automatically win.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
That's insane. You know, they picked the #1 seed for this map. They said, hey, we're going to play CSA first. That's what you get for being #1 seed, really. That's you know, an expert strategy from them to pick a map like this where the defenders really have to just walk up the hill. Terrible map design. Awful map design from the developers, really. One of the worst maps to play as
So-
the Union.
Historically inaccurate.
Well, you know,
It was really flat.
It was really flat in real life. Honestly, Harper's Ferry shouldn't even be a map set. They should have made something from outside of the Maryland campaign, even though this game is primarily focused on the Maryland campaign. They should have really put that one battle out in Texas that they call like the Gettysburg of the West, or no, sorry, Vicksburg. That's not in Texas, but they should have put Vicksburg in this or something, or done the Napoleonic Wars mod or something.
JD charging down the hill even further. You see some Colquitt's Brigade and some Kelly's Brigade guys still here.
This really
being
just
set
isn't
up.
looking bright for the Union right
No.
now. I'll say it's kind of grim, as the
I
British
will-
would say. It's some slang,
Honestly,
if you guys didn't know.
I might make it where you can't play numerous maps in the same postseason. Like someone else after this might be like, I'm picking Maryland Heights as my map. Maybe
Right.
we'll just prevent that in the future. Like once a map is chosen, it can never be in the playoff or for that season again.
Yeah, perhaps you pick the map and make it Cook's Countercharge or Miller's Cornfield every time. Miller's Cornfield would be an interesting one to see on the postseason, considering no one ever plays it. So they'd be like, "Wow, what am I supposed to do here? What's the strat?"
That is true. We are letting people pick maps for this first season, and we're gonna see how it goes. Because some of shots are really just going off. Union's just trying to reform, so we do have downtime to talk. In terms of CSA defense, quickly on the far left side, you saw 9th New York here. They're just popping shots at the Union respawns at that tent, and then we see IVB, JD, and Second MS taking shots at the Union guys who are still alive. But originally we were going to have the playoff rule set be 1 round. The map was going to be predetermined to give a bias to the better ranking team that did better in the regular season, but people voted to have 2 rounds instead of run to make it fair and even so both sides could get a chance. And in order to give that higher ranked seed more of an advantage, we let them choose the map. So that is where that thought process came in.
I do believe I just got a 1-second reload. Because now I can't reload my gun
Are
anymore.
you
That's
hacking, boss?
No, I'm not. I think that was a mistake on the game. I just put my cap on my gun. That was weird.
I mean, I think you're hacking, man. We got a
I
live.
might be. Who knows?
Push 'em, boys. Push 'em out. Let's go.
So we could see Sussy here. They're pushing up against 9th New York. They're just trying to charge him out. Again, Union's still not going for the point. I mean, they're taking a while. This is really well picked by Second MS.
I agree. I agree.
This is a great map to pick, especially with how quickly they capped.
Someone's saying easy map to pick, and one that would get you through to the end game.
So, Corded, did Union just hold at the top of the hill at the beginning of the round and CSA just gunned it straight to point?
Right.
Yes, that is exactly what they did.
That was brilliant.
I agree. I think it was a brain dead move on the Union to just give up the point like that.
No, I mean, it makes sense because historically, you got to defend the top of the hill. But CSA just went straight for the point, and they won that charge when Union came down the hill. So, wow.
Well, given that there's information on how to do this playoff thing, I think that the Union really should have, as soon as they saw them start capping the point, they should have gone right away rather than letting CSA get set, because they have those rocks down there that you can easily defend from any sort of downhill charges. It's this map defending either side is a lot pretty easy to to get your attacker, because you can just sort of what's it called, let gravity do its work, because the characters in this are not very well conditioned. They don't run up hills very good. They don't run down hills very good either.
Sevi. I went to go watch the glorious Sevi get some out-of-line kills to give the IVB glory and praise, but a first Delawarean killed this man.
Oh, was it Pencil? Small Pencil?
Yes, sir.
Small Pencil is actually his name used to be Small Penis. I don't know if you have to blur that out or not, but that was his old name. Then he had to change it because I didn't let him have that name.
The more you know. So Union, you have Kelly's. I mean, it's really just a mix of Union that are still alive, coming up from spawn. They're kind of very spread out here. Confederate's going down to engage. Not like that means much though. On the far left side, we have more Kelly's brigade with Knight pushing alongside Colquitt's and 5th VA on this left side. So we're getting to the 4-minute mark. Union
only has one push here. Union only really has one push here.
And Union's kind of scattered out on this map.
I don't know. Corded, who you want to take bets right now? How much money you want to bet on this game? You're going to bet that CSA is going to lose, and I'm going to bet that Union's going to win. Or wait, no. Sorry. No.
Oh, what am I betting? You're telling me?
You are going to give me money when the CSA wins, and I'm going to give you money when Union wins.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, so if that happens for both maps,
That
we even out?
No. You give me money on. We're going to flip it.
So Bus is going to bet on the Union next round, right?
I will be betting on.
Well, hang on. He's betting on himself. I don't think that's allowed in most circles.
I'm betting Sussy goes 0-2. I'm like Pete Rose right now. And if you don't know who Pete Rose is, he did some in-team gambling on the Boston Red Sox and forced his team to lose on occasion because he was one of the best players and bet money on it. So.
Jeez. So one thing quickly before this charge, we never saw numbers. It's 98 v 98, dead even. So you cannot say numbers were a fair balance. Confederates converging on the point. They have to defend for 2.5 minutes approximately. And the whole Union team is going down to the point. This will decide the game. You could see the Union coming in the distance in mass.
Union's quite scattered in this charge. I don't think they have a chance here.
They are really scattered indeed.
I'm seeing random guys over here as I come in and try and report on this battlefield, and I see like some KB guys sitting at the rock.
Some people are staying back.
A couple of different dudes just standing back. But Union is on the point. Jay's over here on the point, sitting on this rock here, but there's just too many. There's too many Confederates coming in.
Yeah, IVB is pushing in now.
Up from the bottom.
They're countercharging. Yeah, and Union was so spread out. Some now just sitting back shooting. And wow. Another thing about the playoff rules, I'm going to go through these before the video, but in case you've forgotten, is that so the higher ranking team obviously picks the map, but the map is not revealed to everyone else till the day of coordination, so today. So the map was released to everyone earlier today, so 5th Florida had a little less time. It's to give the higher ranking seed more of an advantage in planning. So Yeah,
It is well known that War of Rights regiments do need at least 3 days to prepare their map for planning.
Mm-hmm.
Bus, how many days in advance do you prepare for all your maps?
Technically, it's 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
You already know the maps for each coordination
Yes,
3 months in
we have.
advance?
Yes, 3 months in advance. I gaslight everybody into choosing the map, and I also I have a chip implanted in all of their heads.
Wow.
Union should really just be moving to the point right now, given they have. And the point just went down a little bit. I saw that cap a little bit. Union should really just be moving it, but I see guys at deployment here that are just sort of sitting there getting.
I
their
mean, they all
bayonets
just
on,
died in
playing
a
lolly
charge.
I don't
Yeah,
know, but
Kelly's
I
Brigade
hate
moving up
seeing-
now.
I hate
Zapstar's
pe-
up here as well.
It makes no sense really whenever I see people this low on time getting their bayonets. It doesn't make any sense to me. It disgusts me. I get disgusted whenever I see people get their bayonets on at this time getting their loads. Granted, at this point there is possibly no hope, but they don't know that there's no units up there on that point. But really, it just doesn't make any sense for people to get their bayonets on with 30 seconds left. You just got to go.
So, wow, an absolute domination here from 2nd MS on this first map. Heck of a
Wow.
job. Corded, your thoughts?
Oh, well, that's definitely the best plan to start out, is just capping the point right away. I think the Union could have had a better chance if they stuck to more shooting. Like the first time they had the opportunity to counterattack, they had the Union surrounded on, the CSA surrounded on 3 sides. I think they could have easily shot them down a lot more and had made it a lot easier for them to charge them out and get that regular timer farther down.
Bus, your thoughts?
I agree with that statement completely. Really, Zoo, I still love you, but you shouldn't have charged out in that very beginning spot. It's sometimes it happens. It's hard to come back from that after that initial charge. I believe that the Union really should have gone up above over the hill like they did the second time they charged in with the whole team and done it that way over and over again rather than going from the bottom, because there's no real chance from going from the bottom. But great job by CSA today. They did a fantastic job, and Union, it's a tough one to get back that point.
Yeah, for sure. With that being said, the sides are flipping. Same map. Let's get
And
it.
I'm getting some chicken, so I'm going to be right back. All right, I am back. It appears that there's a small numbers imbalance here.
Because everyone's flipping sides.
Oh, whoopsie, sorry.
Well, so,
I have
this
flip
is
sides
working-
as well. I'm CSA now, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
5th Florida team goes past 2nd MS time to win.
So we have
round.
time for the ad break, correct?
Yeah, we have like 3 minutes.
Okay,
before I'm
so
gonna put
today, this Battleline Network event is brought to you by Burger King. Please, Porter, take it away.
Whopper, Junior, Whopper, triple double, something ever.
All right.
BK.
Have it your way. Thank you very much, Corded. Our second advertisement is coming up soon. Please, Corded, take it away.
We have the meats. That's it.
Thank you.
That's one of the 5 seconds.
Arby's is sponsoring this Battleline Network podcast. I mean, this Battleline Network coverage. This is Eagle reporting live. Corded, take it away.
Hey, this is as Guardian Eagle is a great muster event we're having right now. There's a peace treaty happening on the pontoon bridge. It's not something you usually see from the Union team. They typically like to stay behind and stay on top of the bridge.
My war rights crashed.
Oh man, this is Battleline Network reporting live. This is Eagle.
Battleline Network needing a new laptop or PC by the minute.
Battleline Network crashing live.
And here we are live on the second map. So the 2nd MS team won in 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Remember, we don't count the counterattack timer. So the CSA team has to cap this point and hold it. Very, very quick.
And they are not moving out yet.
Are you able to
Nah,
stream in here, or are you gonna crash your game? Because I'm eating chicken right now.
All right.
You
Yes.
don't have to. I can. Okay.
In between rounds, I was trying to do some server announcements, and my game bugged out, and it did crash.
I'm merely trying to eat some chicken right now and some potatoes. So
Is it good?
it's okay. The
So-
potatoes are good, but the chicken's kind of meh.
So the second MS defense, they just have to hold at the point for now 4 minutes, and they will win this round. And CSA is moving out already. This is
insane.
This is crazy. So numbers are about even, 3-man imbalance. That's not terrible. I will say, we hope to see a glorious fight, even if 5th Florida fails to win in the next couple minutes. We hope everyone has fun in this round. So CSA is gunning it. They are sprinting. What an
A bit of an organized sprint, sort of, I'd say.
I mean,
Looks like KB's in the back a little bit. I feel like this charge isn't going to go well.
It's kind of no. It makes sense. I mean, they gotta go quick. They can't necessarily get in all their fancy lines. But yeah, so we have 5th Florida, 5th VA in front. Behind is KB, and Colquitt's Brigade. There's some more stragglers in the back, but we won't dox them.
And then I believe that my body is all the way in the back. My entity is currently sitting there
eating chicken. So, in terms of the point, we have 9th Corps, JD, holding on this left side. On the right, you see 2nd MS. I'm probably missing a guy or two. More units still coming up the hill. But here comes the CSA. They're slamming in. They got to cap this point within the next 2 minutes.
They know it. Within the next 2 minutes, they got to do it. Here it comes. This is it. Bodies better flow into there, man. What's that? A union line down the left of the road? Is that what I see there?
Yeah. So a union line is still coming up this road.
They're not cutting it off quite yet.
No, they're kind of getting there. Fighting is still happening.
Or press P for me real quick.
Might as
Not
well
coming down yet. They got two. They got two coming in.
So they got 1 minute and 52 seconds left.
Those CSA groups got to get to that point over there.
IVB finally getting the point. The rest of CSA now approaching this top side. They're going to try to go from top and go to the bottom.
Are they even on cap yet?
No, it doesn't even matter. There's so many Union that it's not even going to matter. So they're sitting back and shooting right now. Probably waiting for their friendlies to approach. And now Knight's going in because he kind of has to.
Honestly, I just sit there and wait, surround them like they are, and shoot them out, but they're charging in.
No, you gotta, because they gotta cap this point within the next minute.
No, I agree, but they could sit on the cap point and just start capping it as they shoot them down. They surround them completely. They could just get on the cap point, because that cap point's relatively wide.
Corda, your thoughts on what's happening?
There's nothing the CSA can do. The Union has every advantage, and they know they only have to hold for 5 minutes. So really what the Union could have even done is just sit in between the point and the CSA spawn, and then just not even give them any time to cap.
It looks like this is it right here.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, maybe we can end this match early and Union will decide to pull off completely or F9 until they die.
No, that would be cringe.
Well, unlucky for you, but lucky for me. Because I think it'd be funny to see.
So, yeah, 18 seconds.
Here it is.
Colquitt
This is the last moments of CSA's possible victory.
Wow.
Zoo,
So,
I still love you if you lose this, but I respect you less.
I agree. No, not with that half part. You got me there. And with that being said, it looks like 2nd MS has claimed victory.
There it is.
But no, hopefully we can still see a fun match occurring here.
Formless Nut has won the day, it seems like. Or whoever it is, Smokey. I don't know who leads them.
Right now it's Natty leading them. At least he's got the officer spot.
Don't know who that is. But good on him for winning. Good
Natty?
job.
You don't know Natty?
I don't know. Is that Nate or is that... I don't know.
No, Fuse. No, Natty.
He plays a lot in the pubs. Very well done.
I don't really play that much in the pubs. Sometimes I play in EU pubs to recruit. I don't like recruiting in NA pubs. Because there's people there that I don't like and I just get annoyed by, and then I mute them, and then that's it. EU pubs are a lot easier to recruit in because I don't know why. I guess they love me so much in there. NA is just cringe.
Yeah, so for now, we just have a normal...
I believe it was a
match.
Lukey sound pad that just played. Lukey is well known within the IVB for getting banned.
Mookie is. So, thank you, Savvy. Savvy doing a server announcement. So, yeah, now we're on to a normal match. Congrats to Second MS for moving on, but now...
If they want true respect, they'll win this too.
Yeah, that is true.
Otherwise, they won't earn my respect.
But, yeah, you will never earn the respect of us. There are so many ways to lose it.
There are certain ways to win it, and that is through sending me money at paypal.com/Arby's.
That fart sound effect was good timing. So we see 5th BA now approaching this top area here, and they're going to start taking shots at the Union. So the one thing that is nice, is since the Union defended the point, CSA have access to the top of this hill.
Might be good to cut to commercial now.
They're all just sitting down there. Go ahead and shoot them.
Nothing much is going to happen here.
I'm just going to put like 5 ads in a row right here.
That'd be hilarious. I was thinking you like cut over to me and I'm like do a scripted scene or something like that.
You know, if we did ever go live, there would be like, so there's an intermission between the rounds, and then there's intermission between the second round and the post-game interview, right? So what we would do is we would put like ads in there if people ever sponsored, and then on top of that we would have like highlight reels crap playing there as well.
Well, you are sponsored. It's, who is it called? God, who are you sponsored by? Fucking Wendy's. I don't know.
It's Hardee's and Carl's Jr. That's what it was.
Yeah, Hardee's and Carl's Jr. And then what's that one mattress company that was like run by the mafia? Mattress Firm, or is that Mattress Kings? I don't know. They're out of
So
business now.
let's quickly look in to see where everyone's at, because we are broadcasting. This is not a podcast. It's almost turning into one.
Correct.
Honestly.
Uh-oh.
Really, there's
Not
you
again.
got CSA on the that right side in front of the east of 9th Corps there, sitting on top of the hill. Who's that down there on the bottom, just sitting there doing nothing?
So in terms of our Union
Starting.
team, we have IVB furthest down to their right. You do see a mix of tags. I kind of can't tell. You have 51st PA and 2nd MS. That's what I see. And then on the far right side, you have 9th New York and JD. Fighting these guys is 5th Floridians, kind of sussy brigade, but more 5th Florida. You have 5th VA approaching this as well, taking shots. On the other side, going over to the point is I-Corps, Kelly's brigade. So for now, we still have the fights occurring.
I'd say
Sides
we
are
get some
completely
zoomed in coverage here outside of this forest. Can't see much outside. Let's get some zoomed in coverage of Zoo. He's close right there. You hear him. There's Star. Star's coming up.
Moving
He
in with his
missed.
pistol.
He's missing. Missing all of his shots. Missing every single one of them.
Oh, he got one
Oh,
there.
he got one. He got one there.
Look at that.
Unbelievable. I believe he has the Lamat. I hope he has the Lamat.
On shoot souls. Oh, man.
Just start to. Hey, you got the kill.
Oh, wow. Good shot. Not as good as my shots with the pistol, but that's pretty decent. He's going up. He missed.
He definitely
He
has a
got
little
one
mad.
there.
Got another one.
Oh, he made that one fly. There he goes. Star is making him shoot stars out of his head and butt because he knocked him out.
And Star
seeing
has routed
stars.
CSA as the rest of them start coming down.
DQB's moving down there right now.
Yeah, they're basically getting point blank shots here.
And I apparently have gone into spectator mode. Because I was AFK for so long eating this chicken. I haven't finished eating it yet.
CSA destroying the Union force here. The Union sitting on point, just kind of taking shots.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Frankly, I've never seen anything like this before. This is beautiful from Sussy.
Union charging up the hill now.
Looks like IVB is starting their move right now, currently. IVB's moving up the road. The rest of the Union team is moving up as well.
Yeah, they're trying to
The
charge.
right
these
side of the
guys.
point, they're pulling back from the point right now. Perhaps to suck in that CSA group.
Yeah, Union kind of
Collector
repositioned.
here. Collector here with the shot. Collector misses point blank and gets killed by Ronin. Unbelievable.
And Confederates go down to engaged.
Beautiful job from the Union here, except for Collector. Very disappointing for him, missing his shot point blank. CSA holding off here on this rock.
They really are. It is a mix.
Star blasting a Union man. You have. I'm currently doing some side coverage. Star,
I got no more
outside of the battlefield, has blasted a dude.
We see Toaster here. He's laughing because he sees the enemy.
It appears Provost is shouting, get in cover, telling his men to get in cover.
Bad day for the RD players.
Bad day for Provost and the RD players, I agree.
Up in the chat for Provost. So IVB's taking
I'll tell you what, I
shots.
bet you Provost had some words for the 2nd Mississippi when he found out that they chose a map that didn't have RD.
So Kelly's brigade is just sitting in the distance. They are volleying here at the Union. You do see some Union rambles going up this hill towards the Sussy Brigade.
What does
and
CQB
Colquitt's.
stand for? Is that Colquitt's Brigade?
JD's
Here's
starting to
Collector
push the
crashed
hill.
because he's playing War of Rights again. Collector's been crashing recently.
He has been talking about it in some DMs.
This is the 4th time he's joined into the game. Frankly, it's disappointing that he crashed.
Do you know he just Toaster got killed? Did you know that he just downloaded Windows 11? Coincidence? I think not.
I don't think so. Really, that's a dumb idea to download Windows 11. That's a bad idea from Collector. No movements going on in the battlefield right now. It appears that, again, Kelly's brigade is starting to move down here with Knight.
Who are they charging?
They believe to be Mississippi, 2nd Mississippi, Smokey getting charged. Absolutely running them over. Smokey goes flying. Unbelievable. Beautiful from there. IVB standing strong. I don't think they'll be broken by Kelly's brigade.
Yeah,
Eventually when they make their way over.
They got plenty of time to readjust to this. And
Stevie here
Kelly's
leading the
brigade-
line. Surprising he hasn't turtled yet.
Well, technically they're turtling on point if you think about it.
There's no need to turtle really here. But yeah, he's turtle on point.
Bus, what are
He's
your
always
thoughts on
turtling no matter where he
turtling?
is.
What are my thoughts on turtling? I believe that it's a legitimate move when it's a really unbalanced snap and you
Union goes out
and
to
you
engage.
you don't outnumber the enemy, but when you outnumber the enemy and turtle, then it's just shameful.
So charging happening on top of the hill. Union outnumbering
Down on the
CSA
bottom
by a
as well,
lot.
Sevi. Some close combat about to happen here with IDB. And they're going into the side of and Knight is shooting.
But Sevi versus Knight.
Sevi versus Knight. This is a 1v1 from Kelly's brigade.
I want this fucking ball so I can send a guy to
They're still having.
You can hear a
None of
man.
them kill each other.
Unbelievable. They're just facing off against each other. This
Oh,
is
hey, and Knight
disgusting.
kills.
act
Now they're
right
going
there.
in.
Sevi right there. Wow, I stand wrong. I stand corrected. IDB got destroyed.
Yeah, they really did.
Wow, unbelievable.
So
Kelly's
Earth-
brigade better capitalize on this right now and
They really
push up
should.
to the point rather than just sort of stand there and celebrate their victory.
Someone's playing the
Union
pacer
group coming
test from
down.
JD. I mean, Union's
brigade
pulling up the
still-
top of the hill. Union's getting surrounded.
Union still, 9th Corps, it seems like, is currently fighting Kelly's brigade. Kelly's brigade catching them off guard. Sinya still alive. Squid still alive. DeMartin, Nolan running away from the battlefield right now.
You see, this is what the Union could have done to CSA during their counterattack, the first map, in my opinion.
I agree. I think it was just a little bit too slow acting. I think it was just a surprise that they capped it so quick, and then they just... I'm not
Yeah.
sure, maybe...
But they had
hindsight.
20 minutes to think of a plan.
I agree, they did.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
As-
Whose fault was this? Let me check this. Let me check the sheet. Whose fault?
Fifth
Ooh,
Florida
that's
Certainly
was
popping a
leading the
pimple on my
Union
leg and watching
So-
Knight. He's getting set here. Union coming up the hill, really. Unbelievable here. I believe that the CSA should have just gone down and cut off any Union from coming up the hill, really. They do have the Union grounded, but...
Second MS going uphill. I will say that
Do
is
they
the one.
want to cap here?
I mean, that's the one thing that sucks about this kind of playoff setup that's now coming into fruition, right? Is second MS has won the game, so what's the point of playing the rest of this round, right? So the excitement is kind of gone.
They should just turtle.
Really, if I was in Zoo's shoes, I just wouldn't care. I just want to take the 1-1 because getting 0-2 is just embarrassing.
So CSA have capped the point. Union getting wiped up on top of the hill. Rest of the Union slowly moving their way up the hill.
Zoo's gonna try his best. He's not the kind of guy to give up even if the playoffs are gone. So CSA is gonna give it their all.
Yeah,
I think the
that's,
excitement is still plenty there. Now we're just kind of doing a normal non-Battle Line Network Wednesday thing.
that is fair. We do have an also
coming down the hill.
Star
Running in the
getting
core.
2 kills. 3.
It isn't.
Unbelievable from Star. This is crazy right now. He's going ham, going off.
It definitely is not
Almost
good.
as good as I am in War Thunder. Going off against IBB here.
Stress and detail.
The
Star goes
IBB
down.
admin core.
That is such a good comment.
True.
So yeah, they a
Wow.
lot of CSA surrounding the point now. So
How many admins can you have? Oh my goodness. Oh, another one blasted in his face. IVB still got a couple of CSA Rambos here. IVB standing in a circle, sort of everyone sort of dying sometimes. Oh, another one's blasted in the face. I don't know if you're up here right now, but this is insane. Wigwam just blasted another one.
Ribbert's missed, but he goes down. There's
Another
there's
one
like
going
5
down.
left.
IVB just getting picked
5
off
left,
right
6
now.
left.
It's
5
just
left.
the admin core.
They're charging. 1 goes down. Sevi remains. The
Unbelievable.
glorious
Sevi.
Sevi. IVB. He's going all the way. Will he get the kill? No.
He would not get the kill, and that's why. There he is. What we used to call him in high school, Turtle Man Sevi. And he goes down here.
Let's have an honorable little fight.
You went to high school with Sevi?
Thank you for the ticket.
Yeah. Yep. Went to we went to War Rights High. That's where we all went.
War Rights High. Is that the new West Point?
Essentially, Pixelated Apollo was the dean for a little bit, and then he was fired.
Why was he fired?
We can't get into that.
So really, the only Union presence is from Corporal Foss here. Yeah. Well, the rest of the Union's moving up the hill. It looks like they're going to try to go up and around. So 9 minutes left. Here,
I'll tell you, while we wait for them to march back up, what do you guys say of the Union plan so far? I think it's turning out basically how the Union plan on the last map was turning out.
Yeah, it really
they've
is.
capped it.
They're a little more organized, but again, we're not. It's not like we're fighting for the playoffs anymore. 'Cause
I agree, but I don't know. Maybe on them that has an effect, but
that is
on
true.
others, I don't think it has an effect on the defenders. I think it's the nature of the map, really.
Yeah, I think I'm very intrigued to see how Debrief is going to go, because if those of you who don't know, we have a debrief after each event, ask the leaders what they think of more. And this was really the first pilot of this type of format in War of Rights. So it'll be exciting to see, maybe make some changes. We'll see. Union moving in mass. This is
Whole
kinda cool
Union
to see.
team moving in mass. That's really nice. That's what the CSA should have done from the get-go, really. Unbelievable. Here they are. They're going. Maybe they're following. This is a school of bus, classic school of bus right here. What they're doing, moving in mass, entire team, very good at the game. That's right out of my rule book.
So you have Hardy's manual, Casey's manual. You also have Bus's manual.
Bus's manual.
Bus's
Correct.
manual.
Carl's Jr.'s manual.
Carl's Jr.'s. That's actually what it's called, but it was. I had to get it sponsored because I couldn't afford the publishing. It's got a bunch of ads all over the front cover. It's like Carl's Jr. It's got like Fly Emirates on it. Looks like a poor hockey team's jersey.
So Union going really far up this hill.
Classic bus tactic right here. Beautiful,
Classic.
really. They do this all the time.
Actually, there's some fighting happening on the bottom of the hill. Some
Unbelievable.
Union
Admin
coming
brigade.
from it's the IVB in all their glory.
Classic bus tactic coming in right now by the CSA, about to surround them.
Yeah, we do have Cowie's brigade here going to fight these guys. You can hear shots happening on the top of the
CSA
hill.
has them surrounded right now.
Bob, allow yourself to death.
not allow yourself to death.
Holy crap, IVB
Wow.
got slaughtered.
IVB dead.
Wow.
That is not a bus tactic. That's a classic Sevi tactic right there.
So, Bus is ripping up IVB.
I'm ripping up Sevi specifically.
So, so the Union team's kind of splitting off to two. Half of them just charging straight for the point. The other half charging the CSA up on this hill. They're getting
I
spread
will
out.
say, IVB has done phenomenal for most of this match. It's just Sevi died right there, and that's on him for dying. There's a CSA group down at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, those are the guys that just shot up IVB. So Union,
Yeah.
second MS did get on point. Still kind of some charging happening around the woods. 5th NC here with 5th Florida charging onto the point. Is Kelly's brigade starting to come up the hill? They are. Confederates had taken losses, and Union's about to hit taking losses as well.
6 minutes here. I think CSA might have this in the bag, and Corda owes me money.
Yeah, CSA winning on all fronts. Wow.
Corda thoughts so far.
So is Maryland Heights a Union bias map? Let's ask the players from this match. Actually, honestly, the only reason why the CSA is winning this much is because the defenders on both times are giving up the top of the hill to defend that point of contention. So, wow. I wonder if, because normally on Maryland Heights, we see CSA and Union, they fight on the top of the hill, and then whoever wins the top of the hill wins the match. But we saw Union on top of the hill, and CSA just capture it away. I wonder if that'll be a strategy. Use more going forward, because I usually don't see that on this map when spectating.
Can you repeat that? I was eating chicken. I couldn't hear you.
I was just saying that I wonder if the CSA strategy of just going straight for cap when Union's defending on the top of the hill is a good idea going forward, because you normally don't see that. Union gathering up on the bottom of this hill here en masse, so it looks like they're going to try to charge at the bottom. They don't have a whole lot of time left, so...
I believe Battleline Network's new event, man, it's just great because now it's discovering new metas for maps just to cap it as soon as possible. People didn't do that before. Good job, Eagle. This is a classic Eagle tactic here, creating new things.
Classic Eagle tactic.
They got a CSA group moving down towards the Union spawn ridge where they can get up to the point.
So JD pushing up, taking some shots. And you do see 5th VA. They are the ones moving onto the left side here. You do see a body ragdolling down the hill. Something.
This is Star here, yeah?
So
begin and judge if Star hits his shots with his pistol or not.
He's a whopping 1-for-1. He had a great run, and now he had a mid run.
If Star begins shooting from that range, I'm going to love him for that because I do that as well. Frankly, that's what all officers should do with their pistols, to shoot from 70 yards out because you're gonna die probably anyway, so you might as well just shoot your shots in there.
Because we all know officers can reload numerous times in this game.
Yes, they can. About 17 times within 1 second.
JT is pushing up the hill right now. So Knight telling his men to hold this formation.
We're down the hill right here. You heard him. He said first corps down the hill right here. You heard him. He said it.
So Union kind of surrounded. They're not pushing. We have 3 minutes left in this counter phase.
It appears Sussy has lost the man, and that man would be me because I'm now spectating.
Oh my God.
Wow, language there. Unbelievable.
And we can see JD starting to push up now. Here we go.
Here it is. There's still a CSA group at the top.
And Union starting to stab up here.
CSA going down the hill.
Union winning this initial position. But of course, as Buzz said, more CSA approaching down the hill. You can't see anything because of smoke.
This is intense. This is intense. One CSA group still holding off of the point. And his 5th VA.
Union
could
could
they're
win.
moving now.
Yeah, 5th VA's got to get in here. CSA's got to collapse. It's very, very close here with 2 minutes left on this counterattack. Union might win.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Union might win.
Union might win the whole game right here if they cap it back.
The game is done, guys.
I don't know about you guys, but I'd love to keep this going for about 3 more hours.
We definitely could.
I would love to.
Yeah, Union's gonna win.
Union's gonna win the
Classic bus
game.
tactic.
Union, the classic bus tactic right there.
Are you a bus strategy enjoyer?
Corded went to my school. He went to Ward Rights High School and took my class.
Who scored better?
Well, who?
In the class.
In my own class? Who did well?
Yeah.
Corded was one. Sevi failed. And then I only say that because I know Sevi's gonna watch this.
He's gonna watch. He will.
He's gonna comment.
Sevi is a Battleline Network enjoyer.
He's gonna love getting all this attention right now.
I don't
He's
think
gonna
he
love
will.
it. He's gonna be very angry.
Fear is running up, getting a flag kill. What goes down? And there goes the Ragdoll. Ragdoll going through Mustang.
Mustang, he was number 3 in my class.
He was.
very
Who was
good.
number 2?
Yeah, he was. Number 2 was Collector until he crashed out.
Didn't he try to rejoin numerous times?
He tried to rejoin. I didn't let him.
Keep on going.
And the game is gonna keep going. 3 more hours. We're here. Just like the Groundhog is seeing his shadow, Collector has come back in the game again.
This would be a perfect time for the Union to turtle up.
This would be a perfect time for an ad break.
I was about to say that.
I would love to see the Union go all the way back to the
I'll say it right now, Eagle. This is probably the best episode of Battleline Network War of Rights coverage I have ever seen before. This one match right here is getting real intense. That was an amazing
Right
shot.
now, this moment.
This moment, right now, this moment, where nothing is happening.
No, you just missed it. There was a shot. There's numerous shots going off. We have Zin here.
We have Zin. That's what they said in the history classes. I taught that shot right there. Because this is, as we know, this is a pre-recorded match. This already happened.
Yeah.
And it debrief already happened.
It was the shot heard around the world.
There's a shot heard around the world. That's
the British are invading America as we speak.
Correct. I taught that in my Ward Rights High School class, American History 101. We start at 14th Brooklyn, Pixelated Apollo's 14th Brooklyn, and then we go on from there. Who again, Sevi was a part of.
Sevi is a great man.
Sevi, an amazing man who sent out the greatest ultimatum known to man.
What was that?
Only Sevi will understand it. He will know exactly. Sevi, if you're still watching this, please comment, I created that ultimatum and I'm not ashamed of it, in the comments below.
Is it encrypted?
It's not an encrypted ultimatum. It was a very funny thing he sent to Pixelated Apollo, a list of demands from the NCOs, or else they were all going to leave. And then they all left, and in 14th Brooklyn, as we all know, fell apart because of course, my 19th Indiana was created in IVB, had their influx of men from Collector and Sevi.
Bus, it sounds like we need to get you on some videos here, make a series of you being a teacher.
Well, there's plenty of it. If you've ever seen the show Breaking Bad, that's based off of my teaching career. There are some loose things that they did that's different from real life, such as being a chemistry teacher. That wasn't what I was. And it taking place in Arizona. It took place in New Mexico. Oh wait, hold on. No, hold on. No, in real life it took place in Arizona.
What is JD doing? I need to hear this. Oh, did we miss it?
They were trying to do a haunt. They were mocking the haunt.
Well, jacket's going off.
Beautiful vocals there.
It really is. The most beautiful. Not as good as Joe Biden's from the
Can't tell if
Regimental
that's
versus
them
Bubba
singing
Band.
from the Levant region or Greek.
Was
Really,
that
it
taught
might
in
be
your...
Masri. That might be Egyptian.
Was
Let's
was
really
that
listen in here.
Was
Go
that
ahead.
taught? Was that taught in your history class as well?
What, Arabic singing?
Yeah.
No.
No.
It was an American history class.
Well, how do you know so much about it?
I went to school for.
You can have hobbies.
Yeah, I can have hobbies.
I'm sorry. Cannot underestimate Bus.
I can't believe I come on your show and you disrespect me like this. I don't come on your show and like shit talk things.
Never. That Bradley guy? Never.
That was a podcast, okay? I would never do that.
Oh,
in
sorry.
real
Different
life.
things. Different things.
Yes, that's a condoned, okay.
This
place.
This
I
will
would
come
never
out before.
shit-talk
This will
anyone
come out
like
before the podcast.
Oh, will it?
That's the podcast
Okay,
name
well-
is now War of Rights Uncensored.
It's
Guys,
it really is a throwback.
YouTube is censoring our content. Therefore, you need to go to rumble.com. Is it .com? I don't know. To
I
watch our
think it's
videos.
I don't know.
Please subscribe to Battleline Network on Crunchyroll.
Go to
for the latest-
www.patreon.com/Battleline Network.
There is
or
a
whatever it
charge.
is.
There is a charge. It might be a little more important than this channel. JD and Kelly's Brigade hitting it off. Except JD
Really, I
is
think
getting
Kelly's Brigade's gonna smash him here.
Who's behind?
Kelly's really been
Second
blobbing
mess?
it out. A lot of the tactics have been working. Been working good for him. Another one coming in, more Union.
It is second MS. They did merge, or they formed a group with the 18th Mississippi. A couple of those guys are here as well.
And what do they call it? It's called the Mississippi Brigade.
I don't know.
There you are.
That's
are?
very uncreative,
that's the
but
name.
that fits them for being just called. They're two Mississippis. That makes sense, but you know.
Even though there's only one Mississippi here today.
There's not two Mississippis. And there's certainly not 18 of them.
I thought they were all Virginians.
That's a cringe joke, Eagle.
I try.
I've made plenty of cringe jokes today, but that was probably the cringest one out of all of them.
I'm glad I could top your list.
I agree.
Gotta get the record books in something.
So
So
I believe you were in my class.
I was?
Some zooing going on.
Yeah, on point. So IVB at 9th Corps. The is it RGD? I think that's what it is. With 20th New York, but 20th New York is playing hell let loose.
New York is playing hell out loose.
They are indeed. So they're the last guys on point, taking shots. Confederates hit breaking. Union's about to hit breaking, and Confederates are really just on the top of the hill. Kelly's Brigade got wiped. I just heard your mom joke out of the corner of my ear.
It's so disgusting. Can't believe he would make a joke like your mom here in this.
I know we're supposed to be very professional here. That is unacceptable.
Yeah.
That's a very savvy tactic, right? Very savvy thing to do is make it your mom joke.
Knife New York knows where to like
Or
stand.
to make a girlfriend joke.
RGD tactic there.
Very
Unity
RGD
breaking.
tactic.
So, I mean, Union's still in a good spot to win this game.
I agree. Union's still in a unbelievably based spot, one could say.
Do you think who's gonna win, Bustin' Corded? Who's gonna win?
Or did
Formless
feel
not.
free to go first.
Corded.
I was letting Formless talk.
Oh yeah, dude, Formless was speaking something.
I'm sure he was.
That's
I
hilarious.
mean, it could go either way.
Collector just went down.
He made it in the game.
Yeah, he died again. I think he probably crashed.
But at least he's here with us. I love that guy.
I think CSA might find a little more motivation to win at
Well,
least.
I had a
one
bet
game.
with Collector. If he dies more than 5 times in game, he has to die in real life. And it appears I don't think he's coming back this time because this is the 5th time I spotted him dying. So please come to Collector's service on the next Battleline Network live stream.
No, Collector's alive and well. We love that man.
It's like Vietnam.
It's an advertisement for your podcast and you ruined it.
That podcast is the best podcast. That first podcast, the War Rights podcast, where we talked about everything
The
but
Eagle's
war
with
rights.
us right now.
Oh no! Knight just went down. I think that was Knight. As Kelly Brigade is now going to be charging at JD.
Collector has resurrected himself. He's back alive.
He was a chaplain at one point in IVB history when he wasn't in charge.
And that is probably what he divinated himself back to life. Unbelievable.
He really did.
Good kill, Henry. Good kill.
So it's Kelly's Brigade charging a mass. Is there charging happening on the point as well? No, there's not. There's just a lot of shooting. So let's go back to this charge here. Yeah. So JD kind of fell back to these rocks, but there's a lot of Kelly's
They're
Brigade
dying.
people. They are indeed.
They've been blobbing and it's been working out for them.
They've been turtling, as some would say. This flag trying to make it out.
Some could say that. Some could say they've been turtling.
This flag, will he make it? Is he gonna get stuck? Can you go down this area?
Yeah, you can. But now second MS is coming down on Kelly's Brigade right now.
Yes, they are. So it looks like Union strategy, Fusewell Jackson popping off. But it looks like the Union
IVB
strategy.
admin core is going insane right now. Lots of talking.
We'll check back with them in a minute. But it really looks like the Union strategy is just knock the CSA down the final push.
I see that. Yeah, beautiful.
And you can see Union's just ahead on tickets. Let's go check in the IVB because actually,
There's nothing going on over there.
yeah,
It's not worth going over there.
CSA won. But let's hear. What is the glorious chatting?
Collectors, there's no chatter going on. It was your stream. I thought it was my spectator mode, but it was your stream. It's just Collector resurrecting himself, and he's just kind of sitting here.
Yeah, Collector is the officer. Look at that. Look at that man. He's a glorious man.
He seems
One
to
of the
have
best
swapped
men.
out with Sebi.
We have a lot of rifles, but not
A
a lot
what?
of firing. Come on.
I thought Sebi was the officer earlier.
He was. But they swapped rounds. I think Collector planned on being an officer, but
Kept crashing.
he was, yeah. You know that
There's
kind of
numerous
happens.
crashes.
Speaking of crashing, Battleline Network needs your support today. My laptop has black screen. No, I don't want to do that.
No, you
that's
do.
rude.
You do want to do
No,
that. Please,
no.
everyone, donate to my Cash App. Well, I can
Go
buy
to
Eagle
bus.
a new-
Go to
Go
Bus's
to
SoundCloud.
bus.com. Go to bus.com.
Do you still post on that SoundCloud, Bus? I
Yes.
continually
You
put that
put
link
the-
in the
You
description.
put that link. Take that link. Don't put that link in there anymore. I have so much in there. Just put in my Discord, my Delaware Discord now.
I don't know,
I do
man.
post on it.
Too late now.
I remember distinctly in a post-game interview, I was mentioning that
I
you could
did.
put social media links in the description, and you're like,
And I sent you that. I know it was a
you're
cringe
like,
take.
you're
I'm
like,
sorry.
Can I put my SoundCloud, Mr.
Well,
Eagle?
I was listen. At that time, I was posting joke songs on that SoundCloud. Okay.
And now they're
Now
serious.
it's serious.
Well, like the professional BLN that we are.
Right.
So,
Yes.
speaking of back to the action, so Union is kind of massing on point. You've seen IVB and 9th Corps hold on here. You see the Mississippi Brigade pushing up the hill as well with JD. So it looks like Union's going to kind of, I don't know if they're going to charge up on top of the hill where we see 5th Florida and 5th VA. Yes, there are other tags like 5th NC and 1st Maryland. However, it is 5th Florida.
Yes, I agree. 5th Florida standing there in all their glory. Really, this game is loud and it hurts my ears. And I should probably wear earplugs. It's so loud. There's gunshots going off.
Is it that loud? So JD kind of doing some running up, taking some shots, and then returning.
Whenever the commander battles come to War of Rights, it's going to change the game.
No.
You think commander battles are coming to the game, Bus? When will they come to the
No,
game?
that
Will
would
they-
look awful. That would be so
A
bad.
long time ago, the devs did test it, but they were like, yeah, this is stupid.
The devs tested commander battle?
They did. They did.
They tested bots, at the very least. They did use them for promotional material.
Maybe at some point we'll get some sort of commander battle 10 years down the line.
To the
No.
north, to the north.
No, we won't.
Nicholas just domed that flag, and Hudson or Hender got shots. But so Sussy, I mean 5th Florida and 5th VA taking shots from the top of the hill. Kelly's Brigade going around from the bottom side again. We're almost getting to the 15-minute mark, and you know what that means? Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. I agree.
I think
Let's
we
keep
know
it
what
going.
that means. It means that we should never play Maryland Heights again.
I agree.
Yeah, they actually. So the cool part about this campaign is we're working very closely with the developers, and they're removing this map after this round is done.
I agree. They're doing it. As we all know, I have a very good relationship with the developers. Well known for that.
Yeah. Bus's nickname is the Diplomat.
The diplomat or the War of Rights dev simp.
Yep.
One thing we did miss. So Kelly's Brigade is charging JD. One thing we did miss is the crab admin.
We do miss crab admin.
So Kelly's Brigade taking a lot of shots.
AED and Kelly's Brigade been getting a lot of action with each other this whole game.
They really have. Them two really like each other a lot.
They're coming.
Tommy coming
They
down
like to
with
touch
9 from.
I mean, they like to fight each other.
Up the hill, boys.
Oh, you might see a CSA win here.
I mean, they just have to cap
They're
and
just
win.
gonna
They're charging
fall
on top of the hill as well. Charging everywhere.
We
I
see a
can
lot
hear
more
yelling.
Union flags.
Yeah, we're probably going to hear Fredericksburg chants in a minute, except that hasn't
Yeah,
Kelly's
listen,
brigade
man.
really needs to move up here and support them. They're just getting stopped by about 15 Union guys, though. CSA's frontal charge down the hill is sort of wiped now.
This is not happening.
And you can hear the glorious Israeli song. I don't know how to pronounce it, so.
As if you even know the title.
Do if you lose this, I still respect you, but I don't love you.
This just keeps getting, like, darker.
Yeah. This has been probably the worst Battle Line Network hosting experience.
I don't know yet. I really don't know yet.
Oh, hold on. CSAs might be winning on the point.
No way.
Oh my goodness.
The point is going down at a normal rate, guys. This is when no one's on point. The point goes down that fast
This
when
is
no one's
hectic.
on point.
You gotta be careful.
This is insane, guys.
Warlord getting a kill.
I'm gonna
And
cry.
Confederate's
I'm
final
gonna
push.
cry. Here we go.
Warlord
This
is
it.
fighting Redzilla. Oh, Doug's ruining a moment here.
God damn it.
Oh, Doug using bad language.
They stop it.
So CSA is capping, however, rushing up the hill.
If you guys didn't know, I did have a talk with Doug before this that every time he sweared, he'd have to put a penny in the swear jar, and everybody on the BLN would have to pay me $5. So.
Oh, they gotta run bodies in point.
What a night. What a night.
Unbelievable.
So,
I wonder how the reception on this one's gonna go.
I am intrigued as well. So fighting still happening. The Confederates, it's
Doug,
very
put down a
close.
flag.
We have
believe
some
in
They
knife.
gotta push. They gotta make sure they.
Oh, will it? It's so close. It's so close.
An epic
Nah,
win.
it's game. Corded, your thoughts?
One. I don't like this. The CSA just couldn't get the cap in the first 5 minutes, and that was it. There's not much else to it. Everything after that didn't really matter.
Fair enough, Bus.
You
Your quick thoughts.
didn't like it? I
was
thought
not.
it was an interesting match. I think it sucks that I think it should be one map, frankly. And I think it should be one balanced map chosen by Eagle and you have, to the best of your ability, the way that you can choose it. I don't know what I'm saying, but I don't know. I'm just not. I feel bad for Zoo, but at the same time, I don't. It's like it was a good match. I think the second match was. The first match was sort of boring, just because it was like CSA kind of got fucked. Union put up a fight in that last one, but they couldn't do much. Good fights from both of them, particularly to KB. I saw you guys putting in some work there, so good job there. Zoo, you tried your best. Sometimes it's tough, especially Maryland Heights. It's a bad one to defend on.
For sure. And with that being said, congrats to Second MS for moving to the second round. And here's the current playoff bracket. And as we can see, Second Mississippi has moved on to the second round, winning the tiebreaker because they took that point and won within 5 minutes. They'll be playing the winner of Kelly's Brigade and Jackson's division, which won't happen for a couple of weeks. And with that being said, here's the post-game interview. Here we are with the post-game interview for the first postseason battle between Second MS and 5th Florida on Battle Line Wednesdays. Second MS being the higher-ranked team, they chose Maryland Heights and decided to be CSA first, and they won that map in 5 minutes. 5th Florida had a tall task to overcome it, and unfortunately they did not, but they did end up winning the game. So the result of the night was a 1-1, but Second MS won that map quicker, so they move on to the second round in the tournament. So we have a bunch of leaders and other people from regiments to talk about strategy and more. Let's go through and introduce everyone. So from the Second MS team tonight, who was CSA Round 1, USA Round 2. First, we have Natty Light.
Hey, how's it going? Natty here. It's a pleasure playing with everyone. Yee.
And we have Provost.
How's everybody doing? I'm a commander of 38th Artillery Battalion, attached to 2nd Mississippi and Mississippi Brigade.
I can't imagine how you feel that Second MS chose a non-artillery map. Such a shame.
It is what it is, but I'm proud of my infantry commanders. They did fantastic. So
there we go. Next, we have Formless Nut.
Yo, I'm Formless Nut, leader of 2nd Mississippi. Had a great time.
And then we have George.
Hi, I'm Private George, Clark's Battery.
All right, thank you. Now let's move on to the 5th Florida team, who was USA Round 1, CSA Round 2. First, we have Zoo.
What's up? I'm the leader of 5th Florida, and I'd just like to say if Bus would have just let us tempt the cap instead of going the IVB in 20th New York and charging us on Anderson's counterattack, we probably could have won that match.
Then we have Grim.
I'm from I'm from Colquitt's Brigade, 27th Georgia, Warrant Officer Grimm, and I was one of the NCOs for my regiment.
And then we have Zapstar.
Captain Zapstar, 1st Maryland. Good to see you, lads.
And then your broadcast team tonight. First, we have Bus.
Just want to say, join the IVB today. I love Sevi. Yeah, join the IVB. Love it.
Then we have Corded.
Hello.
And then there's myself as Guardian Eagle. So let's
Hello,
start
Eagle.
with the first round. Hello, Bus. With that being said, let's go to the first round. 2nd MS was leading the assault as CSA. So let's start with them. What was your guys' strategy to attack Maryland Heights, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
So our strat initially was to actually hard push point, get to the rocks, and actually cap it. So what we did initially was head uphill. Usually the meta on that map, at least in pubs, is to engage the hill. Bleed out tickets. But I had good advice from Smokey, who told me, hey guys, like if you actually push the point, hold the rocks first, it's gonna leave an opening because everyone's so used to the meta that we're gonna actually take the rocks and we'll contest them at that point. We'll cap and we'll hold and we'll just not give up that point. And so that's initially what we did, and it ended up leading in a CSA dub.
Any other 2nd MS team have thoughts?
Provost Nut.
Yeah, I mean, it went like Natty said, according to plan. He let us know that that's likely what everyone's going to do. We expected him to go up the hill. All I did was NCO for him. Natty did the rest. He was fantastic.
All right. Yeah, so let's go on to the 5th Florida team, who was defending Maryland Heights on the first map. What was your guys' strategy going into the round, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Well, my strategy was to put every team at the very top of the hill, towards the flank, so that we could have the cliff to our back. And we were hoping that the other team would play into the meta and just try to attack us outright, grind us down, then cap. Unfortunately, however, they didn't do that. They just straight capped and forced us to come down onto them. I still liked the plan because I thought that as long as we were on top of them, we would have a much easier time charging down rather than charging up. And as long as we didn't lose our flags, we wouldn't have a problem. But the first charge just did not pan out. And then we lost our flags. And then it just became a typical Union Maryland Heights game where once you're spawning on the low road, you're fucked. And we got fucked. It was a good strat, but I didn't see it going.
Grimmer Zapstar, you have thoughts?
One of the big issues I think we ran into pretty early was I feel like our flags, several of them spawned in light, and they were far behind us. Zoo, do you remember that?
I didn't select someone to spawn as a flag bearer.
I saw that. I was tempted to do that. I was tempted to go in as a spawn. Because on the first map I was playing with you guys, and I was tempted to go in as the flag bearer. And there was a couple of times later on where the flag bearers just were like lost, like they just weren't with the group.
Not to throw one of my own guys under the bus, but he wanted to lead our group while I kind of handled coordinating with everybody else, which was great because it's fucking I'm trying to lead this for us, but he didn't pick anybody to spawn as a flag, and I didn't catch that either. I should have done that too, but it was too late. The dude spawned at the bottom of the fucking hill, and I was like, "Fuck,
okay. You can put it on me. You can put it on me.
Terrible
So
start.
it's my fault. It's my fault.
Plus, you're already responsible for losing to 20th New York, right?
Okay.
To point out exactly when I realized this is a problem, right? We're all standing there, Maryland, up at the top with the rest of the team. And one of my lads is like, Zap, where is the flag exactly? And I look, and I hit T, and it's literally running up the hill, and between us and that flag is the entire Confederacy.
I fucked up, dude.
No, it happens. It does. It does. And I'm not calling
Hey.
anyone out by that, but it was
alright.
a major hurdle to overcome.
Even still, the flag really shouldn't have mattered because the very next thing we did was we just charged down anyways. So with the whole team, it's not like we got into a little bit of a skirmish which lowered our numbers. So the charge, whether it would have worked or wouldn't, with or without the flag, kind of inconsequential. But
You know, Zoo, I hate to disagree with you there, but in my experience, right, if that first charge fails, that flag provides some sort of foothold that can distract the enemy. First, it forces them to either accept that they're facing constant skirmish fire from above them, or to advance forward and slaughter that remnant. And that may have allowed an opening for us to then advance right in and get behind them.
yeah, you're not wrong. We probably could have just shot him up a little bit and then charged if we had all 4 flags, but I wasn't even thinking that anyway. If we just come down on them, fucking 20th Main style, like in Gettysburg, it'll all work out. It'll all work out. And boy, was I wrong.
Nothing we can handle, Zoo.
Bucking Ball's a bitch, dude.
It is. It is.
But you know what? Hey, we won. CSA won both times that game. So you know what? I'll take it.
Yay.
USA sucks.
That's confirmed. Yeah, Grim, did you want to add anything?
For the most part, the first round, we ended up just feeling that it was with the charge down, us getting slaughtered, losing our flag, and then the dredge up the hill trying to get back up there. That was an absolute brutal slog, but it was fun. It was, forcing our guys to think on their feet and not just pin themselves down in one spot. So it ended up changing our perspective on Maryland Heights and strategies to use.
All right, cool.
And, if I may add,
Yeah.
Maryland Heights is a remarkably hard map, I think, for both teams. Especially a few weeks back, I'm not sure you lads remember the 27th, I believe, North Carolina. That was their first engagement in War of Rights. They came from Roblox.
And they fucking quit after that.
They quit after that event. Maryland Heights is a remarkably difficult map from both sides' perspective to stay coordinated on and to continue to advance or really to make any pushes whatsoever. Once the enemy has a foothold, it is just like pulling teeth.
Remarkably stinky map, one could say.
I've never seen a 20-man unit charge a 40-man unit in the rear completely by surprise and kill every single one of them to a man without.
And you haven't seen Delaware charge.
And you know what? It's
Except on
even more
Maryland.
remarkable. It's even more remarkable that they were charging a friendly unit, is it not?
Yeah.
It's just, oh man.
This is weeks ago, lads. We're not talking about tonight. Apologies.
27 North Carolina. Thank God they went back to Roblox.
Wait, what happened?
There was a.
I play CS:GO.
So let's move on to Bus and Corded. Bus Corded, any thoughts on the first round? Any comments, questions?
That was not to you guys.
It was to the chicken, right?
The first map. We're talking about the first map, right?
Yep. First round.
Well played from the CSA to just cap right away. I think the USA, really, from my perspective, is not have charged right away. That would have been the best idea to not do it. And Zoo, I say this in the video: you lose, I still love you, and I still respect you. At one point, I think I said I won't respect, but I love you and I respect you,
That's
even
not
though
what
you
I
lost.
remember at the end.
Listen, okay, well, that's the jokes, okay, but genuinely, Zoo.
At least I was trying to win, and I didn't tell Bus, don't tempt the cap. We'll tempt the cap, right? And then I proceed to not do that, and then build the enemy into winning.
Point is,
you know what? At least I never steered you the wrong way.
You tried. It's a hard one for Union to win. Like you said, it's a hard map for both. Zapstar's right, and it's a hard map for both.
if it goes, if two key things happen. One, if the CSA takes that point and holds it like that and can just cut off the Union spawn. And two, if the Union, like what was happening on basically the entirety of the second map up until near the end, the Union holds the point entirely, and has that little turtle shell, like an actual turtle shell, not like the turtle tactic, but like the actual turtle shell where they just like it's basically unbreakable, with a bare hand. You can break it with a hammer, and they brought down the hammer at some point and broke that turtle shell. But it's still a tough one. For the Union, I'd say it's a little bit tougher for the Union to win. But second map, we'll get to that. But I understand why you guys lost, and it's not entirely your fault. Okay, it's a tough one. I understand your frustrations.
Actually, I remember Buzz saying something about it being his fault.
It was my fault. It is my fault. It's on me. I didn't mean to lose it. But
You didn't prepare for this, boss.
I didn't prepare. I didn't know. I was up until like 5 minutes in. I was gonna play Hell Let Loose, and then my Hell Let Loose crashed. And then I came in and I begged Eagle to let me into the broadcasting team, and he instantly regretted it.
Let it be known that that boss directly ordered every man of Maryland to charge down that hill to their deaths.
Zeal and Fury.
Zeal and Fury.
Zeal and
you guys
Fury.
that charged us? Oh man.
I think so. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention too much. I was busy.
Corded, you got anything to add? Sorry.
No, I got nothing to add to what Buzz said.
Everything that I said, he agreed with.
Yeah, Bus, you're right. You're that guy. Anyways, let's move on to the second round now. The sides flipped, so second MS, who was attacking first round, is now defending, and Fifth Florida, who was defending, is now attacking. So we'll start with them. Fifth Florida attacking. What was your guys' strategy to attack Maryland Heights, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Well, you see, as you know, I thought it would be really disappointing if this video for this event was just going to be this little quick 10-minute game where they cap and win in 5 minutes and we cap and win in 5 minutes. And I wanted to throw for the content. Otherwise, what else are you fucking doing? You know what I mean? I've put great time and effort as an investor in a Sussy Line network. So I really had to make sure we squeezed out every single drop and minute of that
not
W.
sponsored.
Out of that W. So we, just booked it around the top of the hill, shot them up for a little bit, and then went to the point, capped it. They took it back. That's okay. We waited to the last second when they pushed us to final push, and then we capped it again and won. Again, squeezing every last drop for that Sussy Line Network video. It's going to be a great one.
That's not quite how I remember it. You know what?
So you're in Sussy too. Stop, don't tell.
I got
I
DMs from
remember
Zoo
being
crying
ordered to
about how he
charge,
lost.
being ordered to charge an iron wall and being shattered against it. Time and time again. And my compliments to those that we face, 2nd MS, 9th Corps, and all the others that I'm forgetting, no doubt. Gentlemen, you performed exemplary tonight. It was an honor to face you in the field. And let me say, when you came together, which you did tonight, formed that spear wall, that phalanx, I believe, as formalists would call it. Gentlemen, my God. I have not faced a challenge like that in War of Rights in quite some time, and I applaud you.
Yeah. Much appreciated, buddy.
Graham, you got anything to add to
that? I found that in the second match, when we all initially ended up like getting wiped out trying to push into them, it kind of became disorganized thereafter, and we lost a lot of our momentum, but it was still fun regardless.
Cool. Thank you. Let's go on to the second Mississippi side, who is now leading the defense. What was your guys' strategy to defend Maryland Heights, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
So our thoughts were literally to do the exact same thing as what we did on offense on defense and just almost mirror it, like hold the rocks, like make it very difficult to cap that point, especially with these rules. And so we put up a good fight. It was trying to mass up because I said it multiple times, but like apes together strong. And so we kind of took that, especially like, with contention and other maps as well, is that you're very strong as cohesive unit, as well as when the guys are coordinated and working together and everyone's close together, it makes like movement and everything else very cohesive. And so initially what we wanted to do was to pivot, obviously fifth and all of the CSA down to the point, make it very hard for them to cap, as well as to try to like create at one point in time or another a funneling motion, as well as like shifting guys to the left. So say for instance, if they decide to pick one side, either left or the right to charge, team can pivot, hit them from an angle, because it's very hard to charge two regiments alone as a team. But as well as, especially when they're prepped for the charge and they're already engaging, but also to hit them on an angle like absolutely decimates a line. And so I always think about the basic principle of like putting our guys in a superior firing position. That is the key to winning most games. As like definitely, if you're ever leading a position, is like keeping your guys safe, keeping them alive, as well as keeping them like engaged in the enemy, as well as trying to like, obviously coordinate as a group. And so that was our strat realistically, and I think it really worked well. Even though we ended up losing the second map at the end, it was a very hard fought map, and I got to give kudos to the CSA for there, because especially when you're marching uphill and you're getting absolutely clapped when you're marching uphill, like it was a hard fought map. Like if the rules were not on the table, they would have absolutely destroyed us. But I gotta give it to everyone. Our guys that fought in the Union, they fought very fucking hard, as well as the guys that fought in the CSA. You could tell that they wanted to win. They're here to have a good fight. So just gotta say GG yee. So
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Any other second MS side want to pitch in for the second round?
I'd like to speak as an artilleryman with no artillery on this map, if I could. I'm surrounded by, right now, a bunch of fine infantry commanders, and they're listening to you guys talk, about strategy and things like that. That I won't have anything to do with. I'll be a private with a rifle. It's good to have the privilege to come in here and listen, because I'm actually gauging and listening to each one of you guys, and Union commanders, everything you say, I can tell if you're aggressive or cautious, or just by being in here, and I will use that against you when I have artillery and a map. So,
Provost, you and your artillery have frequently been an outstanding ally in the field, mate. And I dread the day where my men fall under your guns.
oh, good God, I dread it too. But no, I had fun both rounds, and I think the U.S. and CS both had top shelf infantry commanders, and I just enjoy when I don't have the responsibility of running guns. It's a good time, but I I always listen, and I try to store up my memory banks of what you guys, your your persona as a commander. So anyway, I'll pass along. That's all I got to say.
Formless None or George?
Oh shoot! I thought Natty just did great. I have to disagree with Natty though. I don't think they would have destroyed us either way. Got confidence ourselves that much, but nah, they did great job. It is a tough map, that's for sure. I believe that's why we chose it. So, yeah, everybody.
Cool. With that being said, let's go to our broadcast people for the second round. We have an updated Bus with us now. Bus, any questions for the second round?
You say questions for the second round, or
Yeah.
you say like comments?
Yeah, questions, comments, anything you want to say?
Questions. I don't have any questions. Frankly, I was impressed with the second round with how valiantly, as Zapstar would say, first Fifth Florida and Zapstar, and all of you guys and KB kept fighting. Must say shout out. I feel like IVB's been under talked about because they did really well
I'm gonna kill you.
throughout the entire match. And Sevi, glorious leader, did really well. And Collector, though he kept crashing, did really well. I looked at them a lot, and they were often clashing with KB. As JD and KB, I believe they clashed each other. And neither of those people are here, but they clashed against each other like a good 5 times, I feel like. And I feel bad for JD because KB just basically swarmed them every time. So that was exciting to watch. I feel like CSA did the best they could with how disorganized it felt disjointed, I guess you could say at times, both first match and second match from an outsider's perspective. More so than the Union team on the second match. Overall, it was still a fun match to watch, though, and Zoo really picked it up, and I understand how hard it is to recover from the first one, and it is difficult because they're gonna go directly for that point and hold it like a fort, like a Piper Farm fort, but heavier because it's the actual point.
Oh, we're talking about a through for concept.
If I may comment on what Boss said about the disorganization. So, at several times, I also felt that way on that second map in particular. In fact, I described it to my lads as like a squid trying to squeeze a rock. And eventually, fortunately, we were able to crack that rock with every arm working independently. Now, several points to that map, we were able to gather our forces together and make a concerted push. But too often, we found ourselves scattered, separated, making independent choices due to the necessities of the field. And I really feel that aided our opponents more than it helped us by a large amount.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that I've played with Second MS and 9-Core and IVB before, and when they say their Steam chat went well, I can believe it because they're teams that know how to use Steam chat and work real well with it. And I feel like the teams I played with today, they probably do know how to use Steam chat, but for whatever reason, it just didn't seem like a lot of people were communicating very well, myself included, because I was trying to focus on what to do and where everybody was going, and I wasn't so much concerned with where Florida was or what they were doing. I don't know. We probably could have just been more organized.
And something to keep in mind.
I think everybody else did their best too.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that it is a weekday event, far different than our normally scheduled events, right? So a lot of the great personalities and the veterans weren't there tonight for our side, right? Not saying the lads who were there aren't veterans or we didn't have that, but many of them were not there. They were absent.
Are you saying if Murphy was there, we would have won?
I am not saying that whatsoever. However, I do think things might have went a tad differently.
I will say, I think it's a lot different too. Trying to lead your whole team instead of normal chord when you're communicating with other regiments, trying to come up with a strategy.
That's not difficult for me. I'm a genius.
Yeah, genius. I don't know, I'm not a fan of that. I like it. I like the Steam chats where everybody's we're working together rather than everybody's just listening.
No, I like being in charge of everything. I think everybody should listen to me all the time.
Boss, I listened to you and we fucking lost.
No, you didn't listen to me. You didn't listen good enough.
If only you'd stuck to the plan.
If only we weren't outnumbered by 25 on that.
If only you fucking kept the cap like you said you would do.
The plan was to win. You didn't stick to it.
Yeah, the plan was to win. Exactly, Formless. You have it precisely right. Boss literally spelled it out word for word. I don't think he could have been more clear.
I'm gonna diarrhea on my chair.
Jeez.
I'm gonna poop all over, and it's gonna be your fault.
Boss, Jesus Christ, mate.
I don't have underwear on.
Corded, you got any questions or comments for the second round?
No, not really. It kind of went for me the same way the first map did.
It's like we were watching the same map twice.
No.
Can we
never the second one a bit more drawn out?
Ever.
We'll never do Maryland Heights again. As we were
I'm not a
talking
big Maryland
about
Heights fan.
as we were talking about in the broadcast, the devs are working with us and they're removing the map once we play it in the playoffs. So
Removing the map.
So anyways, anyone got
Thank
any
God.
other comments or questions?
I do have a couple.
Yeah.
First off, I want to send my compliments to 5th Florida's, I don't remember his rank. It's Alan in the 5th
Alan.
Florida. What's his rank, mate?
Second lieutenant.
Second Lieutenant Alan and I, as well as the rest of the team, right? We thrust deep. We're about towards the end of that second map. Right through the bastards, right? And suddenly we find ourselves alone, surrounded by Yankees. Surrounded by blue. And me and this guy, me and Alan. I'd put one stab, he put the second. And we just did that over and over again and killed at least 12. From my perspective. Perhaps I'm exaggerating. But, mate, that was glorious. I highly recommend Alan for any sort of CQB, promotion, medal, whatever you got. Because that man, first of all,
I recommend that too. Alan came in and I think he was going to play either War Thunder or something in the Delaware Discord the other day, so you better watch out. I'm going to snipe him.
Okay, I'll have you know, all the Floridians are staunch realistic battle players and not fucking virgin arcade.
Arcade is so fun to play. You're
Arcade
just
is trash, dude.
Oh my god.
Arcade
you just don't
is
like
better.
Wait, what is arcade? I don't know what that is.
It's for War Thunder. This is the podcast all over
Oh
again.
dear God.
To
Guys.
finish my point, if I may.
Yeah, no.
To finish my point, I really hope that was caught on
Oh,
video
dear God.
because that was a glorious last stand that he and I had. But the second point I want to say is more to second MS, and that's for the tub you lads held, and it was glorious.
All right.
I agree.
Good fighting in Mississippi.
Anyone else?
Oh, dude, I got a shit, dude.
Oh, I'm glad you do.
God.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're alive.
Diarrhea all over the Battleline Network channel right now.
So I guess with that out of the way, thank
This
you all
is-
for watching the broadcast. I hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Join the Discord if you want to support. There's a Patreon link in the
Yeah.
description and merch as well. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your night, guys. See you in the next one.
IVB has bad strats. Don't join.
Join Clark's battery.
IMDb's
He's gonna cut that.
GG,
He's gonna
guys.
cut that.